Okay, Matt, in the event of a hard Brexit, no deal, etc., will we, A, get help from Europe, our dairy industry, our farmers and so on, and various other sectors? And will that come at a price? Will it be a precursor to, say, a tax harmonisation discussion?
Let me start with the second part of that. I would hope and I would expect that on the basis of the fact that we were able to protect our nation's sovereign right to decide our own tax rates at the time of the bailout, that we will be able to do so now. Not just because we did it previously, but I think there's lots of other countries in the EU who would not want us to lose that because they don't want to lose it themselves. So I would be reasonably confident in relation to that. On the other point about as to what supports we will get, again, I would be reasonably confident that we'll get those supports for the simple reason that, and this seems to be overlooked by the British a lot of the time, the EU has to take a firm stand against Britain on the way out because it doesn't want to set a precedent where other countries might decide they want to get out of the European Union, leading to a breakup of the European Union by going out and getting the same advantageous terms outside the EU that the British are seeking to get.
Yeah, so the stakes are very, very high.
Very high in it. Now, you could say as well that Ireland has been let down in the past by the EU. I mean, there was remember back in 2014 where we thought we were actually going to get compensation for bailing out the banks at the behest of the European Central Bank, and none of that actually happened. We were still left with the debt burden of rescuing the banks back in the crash of a decade ago. So that is something that we always have to remember with a certain degree of, okay, these things can go against us. But at the moment, I think the most important thing is that for other reasons, not just Ireland, the EU has to be seen to be backing Ireland. There's also, I think there's an interesting, it's a rather simplistic analogy, but it is one I think that's quite useful. Imagine you're a member of a club or something, say, just for the sake of our tennis club or a golf club or something like that. Sorry for taking very middle class examples, but let's just use it from the point of view of where it would happen. Just imagine that you are a member of a golf club based on certain rules, and you decide you want to leave because you don't want to pay the fees anymore. But you still want to be able to have access to play on the course at any time of your choosing. Well, if you're going to get that access to the golf course, you are going to have to meet certain other rules, even as some sort of auxiliary or associate member. The British want their cake and eating it. They want to still be able to play golf on the same course as the rest of us at the times they want.
Why can't I play golf?
Yeah,
play golf.
Exactly. So,
it's no big deal. Just come and go, please. Yes.
And the owners of the course have to have rules in place to the benefit of all the remaining owners, or remaining members. So, I think this is why the British position, intellectually, they're intellectualizing it themselves, that they want to have the freedom to do other things. But you can't actually have access to the European single market on your own terms. You have to do it on the terms of the other 27 remaining states in it.